ventilation is about delivering fresh air into homes and extracting stale air in order to keep the air quality good, keep people healthy. When we make buildings more energy efficient, we usually insulate them and we make them more airtight. And as a result of making them more airtight, there's less infiltration driven by the wind of fresh air from outside. So as we've improved the efficiency of buildings and made them more airtight, we need to deliberately ventilate them more. So we need to improve the way we supply fresh air and the way we extract pollutants. In the last 30 or 40 years, we've stopped letting our buildings do that in order to try and control heat losses and so on. And so we tend culturally to not be attuned to deliberately ventilating our homes the way many countries in Europe are attuned to that, and they understand the importance of ventilation. In general, we know that what we call intermittent ventilation, which is fans that you just, in a kitchen and bathroom, you switch on now and then, is not very effective at dealing with condensation and mold problems. You need continuous ventilation. And there's a whole new generation of fans, including some around this exhibition, that run continuously and very quietly in the background, and which ramp up their speed in response to high levels of moisture, for example. Some of them do it for CO2 as well. And it's those kind of technologies we need to use to deal with those problems.
The Integrated Water Management System, or IWMS, is a comprehensive approach to managing water resources. It involves the integration of various technologies and strategies to ensure that water is used efficiently and effectively. 2. Rainwater harvesting. One of the key components of the IWMS is rainwater harvesting. This involves capturing rainwater and storing it for later use. This not only helps conserve water but also helps reduce the demand for treated water. 3. Wastewater treatment. Another important component of the IWMS is wastewater treatment. The system involves the treatment of wastewater to remove contaminants and make it safe for reuse. This helps reduce the demand for fresh water and also helps prevent pollution of our water bodies. 4. Smart irrigation systems. The IWMS also includes the use of smart irrigation systems. These systems use sensors and weather data to determine the optimal amount of water needed for plants. This helps prevent overwatering and ensures that water is used efficiently. Desalination plants. In areas where fresh water is scarce, the IWMS also includes the use of desalination plants. These plants use advanced technology to remove salt from seawater and make it safe for drinking and other uses. 6. Community gardens and green spaces. Finally, the IWMS encourages the use of community gardens and green spaces. These spaces help reduce the demand for water by promoting the use of native plants that require less water. Conclusion. By integrating all of these strategies and technologies, the IWMS ensures that our water resources are managed effectively and efficiently. This helps ensure that we have access to clean water for generations to come. Thank you for watching. We hope that this video has helped you understand the importance of the integrated water management system. Let's all work together to ensure that our water resources are managed effectively and efficiently. We hope you found this video informative and engaging.
Electricity makes a long journey before it gets into your home. But it's not tired, it's ready to go to work. Behind that power outlet, there's a lot going on to bring you the safe, reliable, affordable, and environmentally sustainable energy you depend on every day. Let's start at the beginning. Power generating facilities fueled by coal, nuclear energy, natural gas, and renewable resources such as the wind and sun create electricity we can use.
When it leaves the generating facility, electricity first travels across a network of high-voltage transmission lines.
These lines are the backbone of the electric grid, capable of carrying large amounts of electricity across long distances. After completing the first leg of its journey, electricity arrives at a neighborhood substation. The substation's job is to lower the voltage so that the power can be used in homes. The electricity is now ready for the final leg of its voyage. When it leaves the substation, power travels along the poles and wires you see every day around your community. This process is repeated in cities and towns across our service territory. And now the electricity has finally reached its destination, your home.
Natural gas. Natural gas is mostly methane, a gas that is naturally occurring underground. You see, plants and animals that died millions of years ago turned into natural gas as they decayed in an environment of intense heat and pressure. So it's a fossil fuel, one that often fuels turbines at generating stations to produce electricity. However, you're probably more familiar with natural gas in your home. Like electricity, it provides power. A little natural gas can produce a flame that's very hot. It's often the energy source for water heaters, furnaces, and stoves, thanks to a network of underground pipes. It can even power vehicles. In fact, you may have heard that natural gas is cleaner. That's because it produces less carbon dioxide than coal or oil. And let's talk about the smell. Natural gas naturally has no smell, so another gas called mercaptan is added to give it an odor, to make it smell a lot like rotten eggs. This is so you can detect a gas leak. So if you smell it, get out and call for help.
Good ventilation can be natural, letting fresh air in at windows and doors, mechanical, using fans or ducts to bring fresh air inside, or it can be both. Ask yourself, which occupied spaces could be poorly ventilated? Walk around your premises. Look for areas that smell bad or stuffy, or that don't have mechanical or natural ventilation. Also, look for areas that are busy, especially when it's for a long time, or small or cramped areas. CO2 monitors can help you assess if a space is well ventilated or badly ventilated. But monitors can only help you decide if there's a problem with ventilation in part of your workplace. They can't help you fix the problem, but it can tell you if your ventilation is working properly. You can improve natural ventilation by opening windows and opening doors. You can improve mechanical ventilation by understanding how your systems work and by making sure they're working properly. Don't rely on recirculation units. They don't bring in fresh air. They just move air around and will prevent you identifying poor ventilation.
Facilities management is often an unseen industry, which operates in the background to ensure buildings and services operate safely and efficiently, to allow people to go about their work, rest or play, without having to worry about how the building functions, if it's comfortable or clean. Every day, millions of people work within the facilities management industry, 24/7, 365 days a year, working hard to ensure buildings are maintained, the lights work, air conditioning is comfortable, workspaces are clean, waste is collected, and security keep the premises safe for people to use. People take the industry for granted and often don't notice the services happening to make sure everything is working efficiently and safely. There are many elements to the industry, from the facilities managers who look after all of the services, coordinating the teams of in-house staff or subcontractors to pull it all together, or the outsourced service providers who deliver the services for the client so the client can carry on running their day-to-day business. Hexagon FM are recruitment specialists who recruit both permanent or contract management and support staff for the facilities management sector, placing verified candidates from engineers up to directors and their operational management teams nationwide. The team at Hexagon FM have previous experience working operationally in the facilities management sector, so we know what good looks like. Backed with a robust recruitment process, we allow you the time to focus on your business, whilst we focus on yours. Hexagon FM, taking the risk out of recruitment and daring to be different. hexagonfm.co.uk 0121 354 3540.
Avoid costly repairs and ensure everything runs smoothly. In today's video, I'm going to show you simple yet effective steps to maintain your plumbing system. Let's dive right in. One of the most important ways to maintain your plumbing system is by scheduling regular inspections. Look for signs of leaks, rust, or damage around your pipes. Check areas like under sinks, around toilets, and near the water heater. Early detection of issues can save you a lot of money in the long run. Preventing clogs is key to keeping your plumbing in top shape. Never pour grease or oil down your drains, as it can cause blockages. Install drain guards to catch hair and debris in sinks and showers. Also, avoid flushing anything besides toilet paper down the toilet. Your water heater needs attention too. Sediment buildup can reduce efficiency and shorten its lifespan. To maintain it, drain the tank once a year to remove sediment and ensure it's running efficiently. If you have a tankless water heater, make sure to clean the filters and check for buildup regularly. Maintaining your plumbing system doesn't have to be difficult or time-consuming.
In a HVAC system, HVAC represents the heating systems that keeps your space warm during cold weather. VA represents ventilation systems that brings you clean air and maintains air quality by controlling humidity. AC represents air conditioning system that cools your space during hot weather. The combination of all these systems is mandatory to provide you a comfortable living space during all weather conditions. Typically, a HVAC system consists of several units working together to maintain condition of your living environment. Air ducts are meant for bringing fresh air into the environment and collecting return air for recirculation. During summer, cold, clean air is supplied. And hot, contaminated air is collected from the living space. During winter, hot, clean air is supplied. And cold, contaminated air is collected from the living space. So, where this hot and cold air is produced? They are produced in a unit called Air Handling Unit or AHU. An air handling unit is the heart of a HVAC system. An air handling unit is a collection of several components working together to produce the ambient air. Air dampers are the parts that controls or limits the air flow and are located at both the entry and exit of air into the AHU. Once the air enters into the AHU, they are filtered to remove dust particles and impurities by 2 stages of filters. Now the filtered air enters into the important component of an AHU, a cooling coil. A cooling coil converts the filtered atmospheric air into clean chilled air, which cools the environment. Or passed through a heating coil that converts the filtered atmospheric air into clean hot air, which heats the environment. Typically, a cooling or heating coil is a long stacked tube, in which the water enters at one end, flows through the entire tube and exits at another end. When the atmospheric air passes through this coil, it obtains chillness or heat from the water flowing through the tube, producing a cold or warm air as a result. This conditioned air is delivered to the desired space or environment by means of a blower or a fan. In addition, a AHU might also contain a humidifier to control the humidity level in the delivered air, and a mixing chamber to mix the fresh atmospheric air and return duct air in a proportion. All these components works together in order to deliver the ambient air to the space from atmospheric air. This is how an AHU works. But the main disadvantage of AHU is they can't provide the better result in large area of space. In these cases, the function of AHU is split into 2 different units. An MAU or makeup air unit takes the fresh air from atmosphere, filters and delivers a clean chilled air into the space. These systems ensures the availability of fresh air and eliminates the negative pressure build-up inside the space. An RCU or recirculation unit maintains the chillness inside the space by recirculating the available air inside the space. Both the units consist of a cooling coil through which a chilled water of same condition is supplied to produce chilled air. Both the units works together in a smart way to replace AHU for a larger environment and produces better results. So, from where this chilled water comes from? A chiller is an electrical unit that produces chilled water by using refrigeration effect. Typically, a chiller consists of a compressor, a condenser, an expansion valve, an evaporator or a heat exchanger and a circulation pump to circulate the water to AHU. In an air-cooled chiller, the refrigerant flowing through the condenser is cooled by atmospheric air. In case of a water-cooled chiller, the refrigerant is cooled with the help of cooling water from the cooling tower. During operation, the cooling water flows from cooling tower to cool the refrigerant at condenser and circulated back to cooling tower. The refrigerant in refrigerant line is compressed by the compressor and sent to condenser at high pressure. At condenser, the refrigerant is cooled by cooling water and passed through the expansion valve to reduce the pressure. The low-pressure chilled refrigerant flowing inside the evaporator cools the hot water from HU and produces chilled water. The chilled water is pumped back to HU. This cycle repeats.
People use more and more convenient products because these can be easily disposed and replaced. This throwaway concept makes communities struggle with waste management problems. Everyone in the community is capable of making an impact on the solid waste problem through public awareness and action. Let us go and discover more about proper waste management. Proper waste management includes the activities and actions required to manage waste from its inception to its final disposal. Number one example is waste reduction. It can be done through reusing or finding other uses for objects. For example, instead of throwing your old clothes, give it to the less fortunate or you can donate it. Garage sales are an opportunity to sell your unused or still functional items. Who knows? Your trash might be someone else's treasure. Unsold items can be donated to charity. Next is waste storage. Waste storage refers to storage of our waste or trashes. These should have a tight fit and proper label so that it would be easy to sort biodegradable waste from non-biodegradable waste. Proper waste storage facilitates sanitary and efficient handling, collection, and transport at the least cost. Proper waste management can also be done by composting. This process recycles various organic materials, otherwise regarded as waste products. A good compost is rich in plant nutrients and beneficial organisms. Composting is encouraged in both urban and rural areas. It can be done in households with small yards or led by local governments that have large lots. It can also be used as organic fertilizer. The process of salvaging raw materials from discarded products and using them to create new products is called recycling. It diverts materials from landfills and incinerators by remanufacturing them into other items. Plastic bottles or jars can be made into these. You can also create something fancy using these straws. You see, you can create new and more functional items by recycling. Unfortunately, there is still so much work to be done, and we are still far from success when it comes to waste management. As the member of the community, we should take the initiative to practice it at home, in school, and in your town or city.
Cleaning. Cleaning in facility management means maintaining a clean, safe, hygienic environment for the occupants and visitors of a facility or property. Cleaning involves various tasks such as disposal of trash, plumbing, dusting, mopping, sanitizing, disinfecting, and polishing. Cleaning can be done by using manual methods or automated systems such as robots, sensors, and IoT devices. Cleaning is important for the value of the facility or property, the image of the organization and its employees, and the health and well-being of the people. Cleaning can be customized according to the specific needs and standards of different sectors such as manufacturing, residential, healthcare, retail, pharma, and education. How is cleaning completed in facilities management? Cleaning is an essential part of facilities management as it ensures a safe, healthy, and comfortable environment for the occupants and visitors of the building. Cleaning is completed by following a set of standards and procedures that are tailored to the specific needs and characteristics of each facility, such as its size, layout, function, occupancy, and usage patterns. Cleaning is performed by trained and qualified staff who use appropriate equipment tools, and materials to carry out the task efficiently and effectively. Cleaning is monitored and evaluated by supervisors and managers who check the quality and frequency of the work, provide feedback and guidance to the staff, address any issues or complaints. What is landscaping in facilities management? Landscaping is the process of designing, installing, maintaining the outdoor areas of facility such as gardens, lawns, trees, shrubs, flowers, and other plants. Landscaping can enhance the aesthetic appeal, environmental quality, and functionality of a facility, as well as increase its value and marketability. Landscaping can also provide benefits such as reducing soil erosion, improving air quality, moderating temperature, creating wildlife habitats, and promoting human well-being. Landscaping in facilities management involves planning, budgeting, coordinating, and supervising the activities of landscape contractors, designers, and maintenance. EHS compliance in facilities management refers to the adherence to environmental, health, and safety regulations and standards within an organization's facilities. EHS stands for Environmental, Health, and Safety, and compliance refers to the fulfillment of legal requirements and industry best practices to ensure a safe and sustainable work environment. In facilities management, EHS compliance involves managing and mitigating risk related to environmental impacts, occupational health hazards, and workspace safety. It encompasses various aspects including environmental compliance. Facilities must comply with environmental regulations related to waste management, air and water quality, hazardous material handling, pollution prevention, and sustainability practices.